Pumping feet. Ladies, I want to make a move. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the suit.
What song?
Yeah, that song.
That song?
Maybe I think about it.
Oh
Know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
no. Ooh.
Oh, you done lost your damn mind.
This world were mine.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like this. Say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to 'em and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from them. They tell me Chubb's the only one to get your hand-me-downs. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Baka got a weird case, why I see around. Certified lover boy, certified. Wop, 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 wop. I'm on them tough. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
What?
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then stab this way, stab that way, then stab this way, stab that way. Hold on.
Oh no.
It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
They get on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like go. Mustard on a beat, bro, deep boat, any rap, he a freak though, man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, let them boys to the cross, they walk around like T's, what's up with these Draconio, trying to see Compton, in the street can hate me, bump them all in they mama, how many options you really got, I mean it's too many options, finna crash on his body, I'm John Stockton, what? Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the skull. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some hoe. Pull and start bully the fro. Know he got some hoe. Pull and start bully the fro. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any
People saying how Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance was so symbolic and then not explaining the symbolism is why the symbolism in his Super Bowl performance is so impactful. So let's break this down. First, Uncle Sam is Samuel Jackson in this show. Throughout the course of the show, he either praises Kendrick for how he behaves or he scolds Kendrick on how he is not behaving properly. And at one point, he actually says, gamekeeper, deduct 1 life. And that is a symbol of how Black people are specifically treated in this country, where if you don't behave properly by code switching or being palatable, then you're going to be chastised in the United States as a Black person. But then we get introduced to the dancers. The dancers are all in sweatsuits, and the sweatsuits at one point becomes a configuration of the American flag. And during that part, he is actually in the middle of those dancers as he's performing. Even though the colors come together to form the American flag, it's actually the sweatsuits which stuck out to me the most. And someone else pointed this out, I'll tag her, and she said that the sweatsuits were very similar to those in Squid Games. And if you remember in Squid Games, the game players are wearing sweatsuits depending on their status in the game. But everyone essentially was playing towards the big pot of money at the end, and they were willing to fight each other to win said money. And as more people started to die throughout Squid Games, there was more money available for the winners at the end of the game. Now, Squid Games is actually a symbolism of capitalism and how when people at the bottom specifically continue to fight each other in the hopes of winning the money or the pot of gold at the end of said game, that no one actually wins. So in my opinion, him dancing in between the American flag is, yes, a symbolism of how the country is divided, but because all the colors are kind of mixed in together, it just shows that people of different socioeconomic statuses are still divided regardless of their political party. But then we get to the stage configuration, and that turns out to be a game controller. And who is the controller? The United States. But during one of the songs, the camera is in the middle and he is dancing at each different part of the X. And to me, that was a symbol that each specific group or demographic, so you could think of maybe races or ethnicity, are in their communities but only focus on each other, and every now and again we'll look to see what the other is doing, but no one's actually working together. And then at the end of the performance, he performs Not Like Us, which he has been advised by other major A-list celebrities to not perform this song. Why? Because the Super Bowl is not supposed to be a political type of stunt for the United States. It's strictly for the purpose of entertainment, right? Because in the United States, when you're under capitalism, the way to keep people distracted essentially is by entertaining them through forms of TV, through music, through movies, all of these things. So at the end, when he's like, oh, am I gonna do it? I'm gonna do it. And then he ends up performing the song. Everyone's like, oh, he's dissing Drake again. Girl, this is more than just Drake, okay? Wake up. And then you see Serena Williams coming out doing a crip walk. And if you remember, Serena was fined and scolded publicly for doing this at one of her tennis matches, even after she won. And her having a moment on this stage, and also Kendrick saying the revolution will be televised and you picked the right time but the wrong guy, is really a symbol of people, specifically people of influence, which he refers to in his speech at one point. People of influence speaking and talking and acting in accordance to their values, regardless of what the entertainment industry or the bigger higher ups sort of want them to do. And then we get to the very end when he says, turn this TV off multiple times. Why? Because again, the Super Bowl is one of the most televised events and the most watched events throughout the entire year, which is a distraction for most Americans who are at the bottom of the totem pole that are really just trying to distract themselves from what they have to do in their everyday lives, which is go to work and work for pennies and, fight each other for just a simple raise. So altogether now, Game Over at the very end of the Super Bowl performance is a symbol of people actually coming together to not only start, but withhold and run a revolution. So as a summary here, the reason why everyone needs to know this is because the revolution cannot happen if everyone does not know about it and participate and stick to their guns throughout the course of said revolution. Thank you and good night.
To me, this is what the lawsuit is all about. The lawsuit is Drake don't need no more money. Like, he doesn't want that song performed on the biggest stage in the world.
In America, sure, yeah.
So the only way to stop that, because Kendrick is going to be employed by the National Football League and Fox and all these, they don't want them legal problems. They don't want to be wrapped up in, hours and hundreds of millions of dollars of legal bills. So they're going to say, Mr. Lamar, if you want to perform, you can't perform this song because it's a legal matter, because there's been a cease and desist sent to the NFL, sent to Fox.
So it's bigger than K-Town at this point.
Yeah, sent to the city of New Orleans, that if this song that is referencing pedophilia is played in here, that we're gonna sue the city, we're gonna sue the state, we're gonna sue the NFL, they're gonna say you can't perform that song. And then in Drake's mind, that's a win.
Look, the lawsuit thing, I thought that was to make sure that didn't happen.
Wait, you talking about the Drake lawsuit?
Yeah.
To make sure what didn't happen?
That song didn't come on.
For Super Bowl?
See, look, sue Apple, right? Sue Universal.
Right.
And then have your attorneys contact NFL corporate and say, look, we don't want you guys to involve yourself in this nasty lawsuit that's going on. And you guys are the biggest live sport in the bed. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're a part of the damages. Because you continue to put it on. Yeah, that's the way the lawyer said.
Damn.
It seems like, because they're a little more combative, you want to let your publicist talk for you when you're in situations. Like even the J thing, you could tell the lawyer wrote that statement instead of the publicist, because he was being a little combative.
All right, this is what I'm going to do, man, because we going here now. Mm-hmm. The one time you came in, I did 50 cents, 2 cents. All right, and I'm just going to ask you some things, and I just want to hear your 2 cents on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you don't have a tail to tuck, because you talk so much, I get nervous when you come here. I love you as a guest, but you do scare the fuck out of me when you come here, too. Like, it was that Basquiat shit. Did you catch me on that when you said, he looked like the gay homie? I didn't know what you were talking about.
If he does perform it at the Super Bowl, are there going to be legal consequences? I think his label and possibly the sponsors may be saying like, hey, Kendrick Lamar, maybe focus on some of the other tracks.
Yeah.
On the other hand, more controversy means more viewership, and that's great for them. If I were Drake, I would be watching, and if the song gets performed, which I suspect it will, I would be adding that to my list of damages. You know, 100 million extra people, everyone on the planet. Reputational damage is really, really tough because the broader rumor is spread, the more difficult it is to contain it. You know, even if he is found to be completely in the right by a court, there are always going to be people who remember this and who have it as an asterisk next to his name.
Y'all remember when Kendrick said, motherfuck the big three, it's just Big Me? He wasn't lying, cause check this out. Bro won Hip Hop Artist of the Year. He won Lyricist of the Year. Obviously won Song of the Year. He won Best Hip Hop Video of the Year. He won Best Impact Track of the Year. He won Best Collaboration of the Year. He won Best Featured Verse of the Year. And he won Best Video Director of the Year, bro. He was the most rewarded artist at the event, and this made him the most rewarded artist in BET history. Kendrick is dominating in a way that I don't think we've seen somebody dominate. Yeah, people have done numbers, but nobody stepped on the competition and then continued to do his numbers. A lot of y'all can come up with your weird theories that don't make no sense, like he's being pushed by the industry, as if they've ever pushed a conscious rapper in the history of the industry. Y'all hate the fact that Kendrick didn't have to go through all those weird loopholes and all those weird situations because he came up with TDE, a homegrown label that did their job. And now y'all sick because your favorite rappers is number 2 and 3. You'll be alright.
Now, quite often I get asked, Walks, how do you edit your short form content? And quite simply, if you've got the right setup, it's the easiest thing to do. Most of us content creators, whether you're a reactor or not, use OBS Studio to record and stream our content. And the benefit with OBS Studio is you can download third-party plugins. And this makes it pretty easy for me to record and clip my vertical content. What you want to do now is head to Google and put Atom in your search bar. From there, you're going to click the first link, click the tab at the top that says products, and then go to vertical. And then from there, you can click to download the vertical plugin. It comes with its own installation package that's easy to install like all your other programs. And then from there, you start up your OBS Studio. From there, you get your own dock where you can preview what the viewers will see. From this, you can pretty much set up in any way you want. Resize your camera, you can add whatever audio you want, whatever images you want. You add these as sources as you would do normally in OBS. And you can set up something called Backtrack, which allows you to record something from the past. So if something dope happened in your stream, you can just click a button and it clips whatever just happened up to a certain length that you set yourself. And then from there, you can put your clip into another free program called DaVinci Resolve, add your text and export it. Me personally, I use Metrical to schedule all of my drops across all platforms so I can keep consistent in giving you guys content. Now, there is a free option to use Metrical. Just get to work, create the best content you can currently, and the growth will follow. It'd be much appreciated if you could drop a like, comment, and share. You guys have been asking me what equipment I use, what software I use. So I'm going to be bringing you more videos discussing some of those things. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Many celebrities have reacted to Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance. First up, Taylor Swift said, "Just who else can do this?" Next, Eminem said, "This looks insane for everyone witnessing it in real life." Next, Jay-Z said, "Definitely the right guy for the job." Next, Travis Kelce said, "The atmosphere during Not Like Us was unmatched." Next, Rihanna said, "Everything I needed and more." And finally, Chris Brown said, "Gonna be his year again, huh?" Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans was nothing short of a cultural moment, blending music, storytelling, and controversy into a 13-minute performance that has left fans and critics buzzing. As expected, Kendrick's setlist included some of his biggest hits like Humble and DNA, alongside newer tracks from his GNX album. However, the most talked about moment came when he performed Not Like Us, his Grammy-winning diss track aimed at Drake. While Kendrick excluded some of the song's more controversial lyrics during the live rendition, he leaned into its confrontational energy, even flashing a sly grin at the camera as the crowd chanted along to the infamous "A Minor" line. SZA joined Kendrick on stage for their collaborations Luther and All the Stars, adding in a more pop touch to the performance. Despite the praise for Kendrick's artistry and boldness, the performance has not been without backlash. Critics have accused him of using the Super Bowl stage to escalate his feud with Drake, arguing that it overshadowed the celebratory nature of the event. Others felt the show leaned too heavily on symbolism, with some calling it divisive rather than unifying. Fans Fans, however, have largely defended Kendrick's approach, praising him for staying true to his vision and using the platform to deliver a meaningful message. Social media has been flooded with reactions ranging from admiration for his creativity to debates about whether his performance crossed any lines. This performance has yet again been another viral moment for Kendrick. Whether people loved or hated the performance, one thing is certain, and that thing is that everybody is definitely talking about it. For this video's comment question, do you think Kendrick deserved the gig? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite celebs. Thanks a lot for watching.
Kendrick is so calculated. Man, he's the best rap anthropologist I've ever seen in my life because he breaks things down to a way that's so precise it's scary. His references in the first second, using Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam, but also having that be a homage to Do the Right Thing of Samuel Jackson being the radio show host at the same time, and also connecting that back to The Revolution Would Not Be Televised, Jill Scott Heron, right? Knowing that America's in a crazy place within its political scene and the subjugation of Black people is still present as it has always been, and the rise of fascists, you know, disease, all of that, and being able to also give entertainment but education for those who know, for those who are part of the in-group, is what makes him an anthropologist, is what makes him someone who's so studied, so cultured, and who understands himself more than Drake will ever, because he's not trying to be anything else. He's just being himself. He's being of his community. He's being of LA, being just that guy, you know, being that person who understands his culture, understands the plights and tribulations, but also wants to be authentic to who he is, no matter what the stage is. That was special for everybody watching. Whether you're in the culture or out of the culture, you should know that was spiritual more than it was lyrical, but it was spiritual and lyrical. You get me? Mad ting, you know? But what were your thoughts on it? There's a lot more I didn't even touch on, but that Super Bowl presentation, concert, whatever it was something special.